Airports across the country are bracing for the busy holiday season. The FAA is predicting this to be the busiest Thanksgiving travel period in 15 years.
As we go into the holiday, it's going to be full. It's going to be packed. The airlines are ready. The air traffic controllers are back.
Tuesday is expected to be the peak travel day with more than 52,000 flights. But the weather could cause major disruptions in parts of the country.
From this weekend into early next week, there's one system and then another system moving in.
A large portion of the country could see rain this weekend, with the worst hitting parts of Texas and the southern plains. The second system bringing a cold front, where rain could turn to snow in some areas like Minneapolis as early as Tuesday. This comes as AAA expects a record-breaking 82 million people to travel 50 miles or more next week, with at least 73 million on the roads.
You should not be driving in inclement weather.
AAA spokesperson Aixa Diaz says even a little bad weather can cause delays on roads as drivers hit the brakes. If you are driving, AAA says some of the worst times to travel are Tuesday between noon and 9 p.m., Wednesday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m., and Sunday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Calls come into Clarksville Dispatch all the time. Children or adults with special needs who've left home and can't find their way back.
Children with autism, sometimes they elope. They like to escape. And when they do that, sometimes it can be 2 in the morning. And if the children are nonverbal, they cannot say where they live.
Angie Daniel is the dispatch CAD administrator for Clarksville Police and Fire. She developed a new way for police to get people with special needs home faster.
If they're at 123 Main Street and this person was found at the corner of Main Street and Commerce Street, if they pull up the map, they can see, oh, you have an adult that's been listed with Alzheimer's. And then they could reunite them with their caregiver.
Families can submit a basic description of their loved one and contact information. It all gets added to a city map.
And when it's submitted, who can see this information?
Only the dispatchers and the responding officers. It just stays with us.
Police can match the description with the map and quickly identify who they are helping.
Right here, where the little blue marker is, we see that we have a special needs adult. And then once we've confirmed, like, this is the guy, then we have his caregiver's information.
The city already has 60 people signed up since the program started a week ago, but the list remains open for families to sign up on Clarksville's website.
And it doesn't take long to fill the form out, and then once you hit submit, it'll take you to submit the photo.
Angie says the growing list shows how something simple can go a long way. In Nashville, Kim Rafferty, News Channel 5.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
I will say Athens is beautiful during the entire year, but I really love how it kind of lights up during the holiday season.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Athens is one of those that you think about Christmas time and you think about Athens because they just have the most spectacular Christmas lights.
And it really has like a real homey feel.
Yeah.
I love going to the Athens Square. So nice and so intimate community atmosphere there.
Well, one thing that's not nice is the weather on Tuesday. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're experiencing right now. We've got one more dry day ahead of us tomorrow, and then heading into late tomorrow night into pretty much all of the day on Tuesday. All of this rain that you see right off to the west is going to be heading in our direction. What's going to happen is we've got a warm front that's going to lift to the north, and it's going to kind of interfere with a cold front that we've got off to the west. So we're going to have to watch for the potential for a few stronger to severe thunderstorms, but I'll get to that in just a moment. For the rest of tonight, we'll be sitting in the mid-40s. A little bit of patchy fog could develop through the overnight tonight, but it's not expected to be a widespread issue. And then we'll warm back into the low 70s for the afternoon tomorrow. Some of us could stay in the upper 60s, but all of us are expected to sit under a partly cloudy sky. And I mentioned no rain in the forecast, but watch what happens heading into next week. Once that cold front moves through, it's going to bring in some much cooler and drier air. And notice Thanksgiving. High temperature on Thanksgiving only expected to be right around 50 degrees. So some of us might not even make it out of the upper 40s. So it is going to be a chilly one heading into the holiday. Now, rain chances are really only a problem heading into Tuesday in the early morning hours of Wednesday. Wednesday, heading into the afternoon, looks like it's going to be dry, and then we're not expected to see rain until we head into about this time next week once we get past Tuesday. So I mentioned earlier we do have a marginal risk for a few stronger to severe storms to develop heading into Tuesday, and that really just includes the entire Tennessee Valley, so level 1 out of 5. Not anything to be overly concerned about, but just enough concern to bring it to your attention. So Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning is when the majority of this rain is expected to move through, and there comes that cold front heading into Tuesday, later Tuesday morning, but we won't feel the cold air from this until we get to Wednesday and Thursday. But back behind it, we could have some secondary development of rain and a few thunderstorms. So pretty much throughout the entire day on Tuesday, just be prepared. We might have a few stronger to severe thunderstorms develop, and what I mean by that is some damaging wind gusts, maybe some small hail. And we'll also have to watch for a flooding issue because rain accumulation for the next 7 days, with the majority of this falling on Tuesday, could be anywhere from potentially 4 to 7 inches of accumulation in some locations across the Tennessee Valley. Now, I mentioned earlier, Thanksgiving is going to be a pretty chilly one. We'll be waking up to the upper 30s, only making it to the upper 40s, lower 50s for the afternoon, but we're still going to be seeing plenty of sunshine. Your 7-day forecast, we will see one more day, well, 2 more days in the low 70s. Temperatures drop heading into Thanksgiving, looking ahead into Black Friday. We'll start the day off pretty cold. By this time next week, that's going to be our next best chance for rain.
A community event centered around transformation, unity, and love wrapped in Athens tonight. Unity in the community brought together people of all ages for music, faith, and celebration, all with a special focus on supporting local students. Fox 54's Valentina Chalala has more.
The Unity in the Community event, headlined by Christian rapper Canton Jones, filled the Veterans Museum Event Center with music and celebration, all with free admission. Co-hosted by MTM Educational Enrichment and supported by the Oasis, Christ Church of Athens, the City of Athens, and Pleasant Grove CPCA Church. This event is all about bringing people together using music, and with Canton Jones headlining, every dollar raised goes towards a scholarship fund for local students.
Anyone in Limestone County, from private sector to public sector, can apply for this scholarship, and we give it out each year to a graduating senior who the school identifies as an unsung hero. I'm finding out when we create opportunities like this, especially around music, because music soothes the soul, and you create opportunities around music, you'll notice people from all cultures, all ages come together.
The program also recognized local unsung heroes, students who overcame challenges to continue their education. City of Athens Mayor Ronnie Marks says events like this play a critical role in bringing the community together.
This is a time where I think it's never been as important that we come together with transformation, that we come together with unity, and really that we come together with love. It's critical that people see that we are united not only by faith, but by fellowship, by inclusion, diversity, and the things that's important really in life.
MTM Educational Enrichment helps underserved high school seniors through mentorships and scholarships, and Unity in the Community helped fuel that work. With multiple performances and a strong turnout, the event highlighted community, support, local talent, and opportunities for students. In Athens, I'm Valentina Chalala, Fox 54 News.
With donations helping shape futures for local students, Athens came together in a big way.
Welcome back, everyone. Madison County has its fair share of great student athletes on the prep, college, and even pro levels. And every year, the greatest of those athletes are recognized by the Huntsville-Madison County Athletic Hall of Fame. This week, we learned about the 12 new inductees who will be celebrated next spring. Going into the Hall next spring are Grambling wide receiver Jerry Gordon, Green Bay Packer defensive lineman Donnie Humphrey, former Olympian Toyin Augustin, football official David Bell, sports writer Mark Bechtel, and sports writer Reggie Benson. Butler basketball legend D. Cummings, Major League Baseball standout Jeffrey Hammonds, former Alabama A&M football coach Anthony Jones, UAH softball All-American Stephanie Pinto, Alabama A&M bowling star Whitney Smith-Bogus, and NFL linebacker and longtime coach James Willis.
Starting to lose it. Being stuck in here, no end in sight.
The end is in sight for Stranger Things as the streaming series comes to a close.
We find Vecna, we end this once and for all, together.
Pop culture expert Victor Lucas expects big things from the last episodes.
It's the final season, so we're going to see a lot of resolution with these stories that have sort of been threaded all the way along. We're going to see whether, you know, the love that exists between characters is going to be continuing on. We're going to see if we're going to lose any of the characters that we have loved along the way. We've already lost some that we have loved along the way. Rest in peace, Eddie.
After what we've been through.
They're going up against Vecna, the evil entity that we really got to know in season 4. And it looks like the military is going to be playing a huge part in some of the action. Linda Hamilton is joining the cast from the Terminator movies. And so I think everything's going to get ratcheted up a little bit.
It ties us together.
It feels like a real event, and arguably one of the biggest events that Netflix has ever been able to put together.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Welcome to Trending Topics, where we discuss the hottest happenings and give you our hottest takes. I'm your host, Emily Owen, and I'm joined by our reporter and weekend anchor, Gabe Glassman. Up for discussion tonight, the 5th and final season of Stranger Things. Okay, so we got to see, I guess, one of the trailers. I'm not really sure because we're going to get 3 drops total.
Yeah, so we saw the first 5 minutes, and it really goes back. We see Will in season 1, the original Demogorgon, but then we see Vecna from the early days, and we didn't know who Vecna was back then. And this is what I'm really hoping that season 5 brings. At least one of the things that season 5 brings is that we get to see a little bit more insight. And you know what I'm really looking forward to is that we are going to learn more about the Upside Down. We're going to learn more about these storylines that have been, you know, just grasping at us for these last several years, and we're gonna finally get those answers. I'm really looking forward to seeing how all the storylines play out. There's a lot of questions to be answered,
I have a lot of questions.
and I really am looking forward to having season 5 kind of wrap everything up for us.
So do you have any theories? Because when I first watched that and I saw it was the Demogorgon. It looks like an elephant trunk, whatever's coming out of it. Putting it like on Will and like, I guess, putting Vecna's powers into him.
Yeah.
So basically this whole thing started with Will. I have a feeling, unfortunately, it is going to end with Will.
You know, I really am interested with 11 and seeing how they play her, because obviously 11 and 1, or Vecna, come from the same program. So I'm hoping, I'd imagine we kind of see their rivalry and their relationship come together. We're just gonna have to wait and see for that one.
I feel like my final theory for this is either it's going to be Will sacrificing himself, since it starts with him, it's gonna end with him theory, but then I also could see 11 sacrificing herself, since technically she's not like human. I mean, she is, but like she isn't.
And I'm really looking forward to it. I am sad though that this is goodbye to Stranger Things. Like, what are we supposed to do after New Year's? What are we supposed to do? We have no more Stranger Things. I'm gonna have to watch it 50 more times.
Just rewatch it. That can be like your comfort show. Like
I'm already rewatching seasons 1 through 4, trying to get prepared for all of the emotions that season 5 will bring.
Well, that's it for tonight's trending topics. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow me on my socials at Emily Owen WX. We'll see you back here tomorrow.